Hello everyone, welcome to today's lecture. So yesterday we studied about how to draw the ray diagrams. You have to practice the ray diagrams very thoroughly. Okay, it comes by practice. Okay, you will be able to draw good diagrams if you practice it only. Okay, now we may move on to the next topic today on page number 123, that is divergence and convergence of light. Okay, divergence means it is getting diverged, it is going away from a particular point. Convergence means it is meeting to a particular point. I repeat, divergence means it is getting away, it is appearing to come from a particular point. Okay, it is going away from a particular point, whereas convergence means meeting at a particular point. The diagram of these two have been given on page number 124, figure 11.14. Okay, here I have shown you only two rays. This is concave mirror. Concave mirror, the ray passing parallel to the principal axis passes through the focus. The ray passing parallel to the principal axis passes through the focus. So whatever rays are coming parallel to the principal axis, they meet at a point. So it is said to be a convergent mirror. And this is said to be the point of convergence. It is also said to be a focusing mirror. Okay. Now, in case of convex mirror, this is a convex mirror. Now you know the difference between concave mirror and convex mirror. In case of convex mirror, this is the incident ray. They don't go that side. It is a reflecting side. This is the reflecting surface and this will be the reflected ray. If you extend it backwards, this ray also, if you extend it backwards, then it will meet at a point. If you extend it. Here in the diagram you may see it is appearing to coming from a particular point like this. Okay, this way. So it is appearing to come from a particular point. It is appearing to get diverged from a particular point. So it is said to be a divergence. It is called as a divergent mirror. Convex mirror is a divergent mirror and concave mirror is a convergent mirror. Now you may see on page number 123 the last paragraph. A concave mirror is also called as a focusing mirror. This is because parallel rays gets focused after reflection in this mirror. The size of the image produced by this mirror could be larger or smaller, or it could be of the same size also, depending on the distance of the object from the mirror. This we had learnt in the last lecture. A concave mirror can form real, inverted, small, real, inverted, same, real, inverted, large, and virtual, erect, and large image. Okay, you had studied this in the last lecture. So a concave mirror is called as a focusing mirror because the incident rays which are falling on it, they appear to meet at a point. They meet at a point. So it is said to be a convergent mirror or focusing mirror, and it can form different types of images. Now the next page, page number 124. First paragraph, a convex mirror is also called as a dispersing mirror. This is because the parallel incident rays gets dispersed after reflection in this mirror. The size of the images produced by these mirrors is always smaller than the size of the objects. Okay, so a convex mirror can form only virtual, erect, and smaller images. Okay, now in the last lecture I had told you about how to distinguish whether a given mirror is a concave mirror or a convex mirror. If it is a concave mirror, if you move it in front of you and it is forming different types of images, different nature images, that means the image sometimes it will be real, inverted and small, real, inverted and big, real, inverted and same size, or virtual, erect and bigger size, then the given mirror is a concave mirror. If it is forming only virtual, erect and smaller images, then it is a convex mirror. This is how you can distinguish between whether it is a convergent or concave mirror or divergent or convex mirror. Okay. Now this property of divergence and convergence is used by us in different tools. Okay, you make different types of tools because of these properties of concave mirror and convex mirror. Now on page number 124, the third paragraph from below, the image produced by a plane mirror is a virtual image. This image is produced at a point from which reflected light rays appear to diverge. This image cannot be obtained onto a screen as the rays do not actually meet. Now you have understood the difference between real image and virtual image. A virtual image cannot be projected onto a screen. A real image can be projected onto a screen. When light rays collect at a point after reflection from a spherical mirror, they are said to converge there. Doctors use such a beam of light on a tooth, ear, nose, etc. So doctors use which type of mirror? Concave mirror. Equipment using solar energy. In solar cookers also, which type of mirrors are used? Concave mirrors are used. When light rays starting from a point spread out after reflection by a spherical mirror, light is said to be diverged. For example, in street lamp, we need a divergent. That means the light has to spread. And the light, when we want a spread light, then we use which type of mirror? Convex mirror. Okay, now on the next page they have given the uses of concave mirrors and convex mirrors. It is a very important question. First one, barber shop and dental hospital. Okay, in these places concave mirrors are used. And where is the object placed? The object is placed between the pole and the focus of the mirror. Now when you write the use or the answer for the question, then you have to write where you are keeping the object. Okay, in barber shop or dental hospital, you use which type of mirror? Concave mirror. And where is the object placed? The object is placed in between pole and focus. Second, torch and headlamps of vehicles, the light is kept at the focus of the mirror. Okay. Next is floodlights. In floodlights also, which type of mirror is used? It is concave mirror. The source of light is placed a little beyond the center of curvature so that you get a bright beam of light. Next, various equipment using solar energy. In that case, the object is kept at the focus. Okay. Now, uses of convex mirrors. Mirrors on the sides of cars are convex mirrors. Big convex mirrors are fitted at gates and in a square. Okay, so you might have seen in front of some companies they place at those convex mirrors. Okay, so that you can get a bigger image, a smaller image of the objects but a wider area. Okay, now this is about divergence and convergence of light. Now the next is Cartesian sign convention, the one which is given in the box. It is a 5-mark question with diagram. Okay, the diagram is very important. I have drawn the diagram here. This is a concave mirror, and if this is C and this is F, the line passing through will be the principal axis. That principal axis is taken as the x-axis. The principal axis is taken as x-axis, and this is the pole. The vertical line passing through the pole is taken as the y-axis. Okay, so this is the diagram. The concave mirror, the principal axis will be the x-axis and the vertical line passing through the pole will be the y-axis. Now whatever values you have to take towards the left of x-axis, okay, this is taken as O. O means origin. The pole is taken as origin. You know origin is 0, 0. When you learnt the graph, okay, you had studied about the origin. The origin is having the coordinates 0, 0. Now when you get the values, when you take values towards the left, those values are always taken as negative, and the values towards the right, those values are always taken as positive. the objects which are kept this way, okay, if it is directed upwards, it is taken as positive, and if it is directed downwards, it is taken as negative. Okay, if it is projected upwards, when we had drawn the ray diagram, okay, when we had drawn the ray diagram, we had drawn the object like this. Okay, in this way the height of the object is taken as positive because it is directed upwards. If the image is like this, then it is directed downwards, so its height is taken as negative. This distance is towards the left, that is taken as negative. The distance towards the left is taken as negative. And if the object is here, if the image is on the other side, then that distance will be taken as positive. Okay, this is Cartesian sign convention. There are 5 points given in the box. You may see the first point: the object is always kept on the left of the mirror. The pole of the mirror, all the distances parallel to the principal axis are measured from the pole of the mirror. All distances measured towards the right are taken to be positive, while measured towards the left are taken to be negative. Distances measured vertically upwards are taken to be positive. Distances measured vertically downwards are taken to be negative. The focal length of a concave mirror is negative, while that of a convex mirror is positive. Now you may see why. In case of a concave mirror, now this is a concave mirror, the focus is on the left side. Okay, the focus is here. As the focus is on the left side, the focal length of a concave mirror is negative. But in case of convex mirror, the focus is on the other side. You may see the diagram here. This is taken as the pole, this is the origin. In this case, it is on the left hand side of the pole, so it is negative. In this case, it is on the right hand side of the pole, so it is positive. Okay, so the last point is the focal length of concave mirror is negative. The focal length of convex mirror is positive. These are the points which you have to write according to the textbook if you are having a 5-mark question. Only diagram could be asked for 2-mark question, but generally they ask a 5-mark question to explain the Cartesian sign convention of concave mirror or convex mirror. Okay, so this is about sign convention. Now we'll see the next. Now the next topic is mirror formula. What is mirror formula? This is the formula which we use for doing numericals in this chapter. With the help of this equation, with the help of this formula, we will be able to determine where you will be able to get the image if you place an object at a particular position. You will be given the values of either V, U or F, and you have to find out the values. Okay, the equation is, the formula is 1 upon V plus 1 upon U is equal to 1 upon F, where U stand for distance of the object. Now what do you mean by distance of the object? If this is the mirror and this is the principal axis, you are drawing the object here, then this distance, that is taken as U. Okay, so what is U? U is the distance of the object. Next, if you are getting the image here in this manner, okay, if you are getting the image that way, then this is the distance of the image. Okay, that is taken as V. I repeat, so what is U? U is the distance of the object, V is the distance of the image. And if there is F here, this distance, I will draw another diagram. If this is F, this distance F to P, that is taken as F, that is focal length. The focal length of concave mirror is always negative. The focal length of convex mirror is always positive. Okay, so this is Mirror formula 1 upon V plus 1 upon U is equal to 1 upon F, where U stand for distance of object, V stand for distance of image, and F stands for focal length. Now the next is magnification. That means the image which you get, whether it is small, same size, or magnified. Okay, what is the size of the image? That is magnification. How will you define magnification? Magnification is the ratio of h2 upon h1, where h2 stand for height of the image and h1 stand for height of the object. Okay, this height, how much height it is, that is height of the object, and this is height of the image. Okay, so the horizontal distance is the distance. The horizontal distance is the distance of object or distance of image, and the vertical distance is the height of the object or height of the image. Understood? Now m is equal to h2 upon h1. M is also equal to minus of v upon u, where v stand for distance of image and u stand for distance of object. Now in this formula, you have to remember some points which are very, very important. If you do mistake in taking the values, then you will go wrong in your numericals. Now you may see h1 is always positive. Okay, h1 is always positive because you might have observed when you had drawn the ray diagrams, you drew the object always towards the upper side. Okay, you didn't draw the object like this. You had drawn the object in the upward direction. So h1 is always taken as positive. U is always negative. You had drawn the object always towards the left, so U is always taken as negative. H2 is positive for virtual images. Okay, virtual image means which is on the other side of the mirror or which cannot be projected onto the screen. Now H2 is positive for virtual images. That means image is on this side, okay, the other side. H2 is positive for virtual images. H2 is negative for real images. V is positive for virtual images. That means you will get on the other side. V is positive for virtual images and V is negative for real images. Okay. Now in the question they will ask whether the image is real or virtual. Now from the value you have to understand, from the sign you have to tell whether the image formed is virtual or real. Okay, if you have got the value of V as negative, then it will be real image. If you have got the value of V as positive, then it will be a virtual image. Okay, one more thing is F. F is positive. F is positive for convex mirror and F is negative for concave mirror. These points you have to remember while doing numericals. Now you may write these points in the textbook also, in your notebook also, because it is very, very important. These points you have to see, you have to note while doing the numericals. Now we will do the numericals. The example, solved example on page number 126. It is a question which is very frequently asked. Rajashri wants to get an inverted image of height 5 centimeter. Okay, so it is an inverted image. So H2 is negative. Height 5 centimeter of an object kept at a distance of 30 centimeter from a concave mirror. So the object is kept at a distance of 30 centimeter. That means U is equal to minus 30. The focal length of the mirror is 10 centimeter. You may see in the question they have given it is a concave mirror. So it is taken as negative, that is minus 10. At what distance from the mirror should you place the screen? That means you have to place the screen at what distance? That means where will you get the image? That means distance of image. That is, you have to find out V. What will be the type of the image and what will be the height of the object? Height of the object is taken as H1. You may see given F is equal to minus 10. Why? Because it is concave mirror. u is equal to minus 30. I had told you u is always taken as negative because it is always placed towards the left hand side of the mirror. Height of the image, they have given it as minus 5. Why they have taken it as minus 5? Because it is an inverted image. Next, image distance v you have to find out. Now you may see the substitutions and do it on your own. You have to take the LCM or you may do the cross multiplication method. Now I will show you the question on page number 127. The first question, question number 5, first question. An object of height 7 centimeter, okay, that means h1 is 7 centimeter, is kept at a distance of 25 centimeter. That means u is minus 25. Why minus? Because it is kept towards the left hand side. The focal length of the mirror is 15 centimeter. Okay, focal length f is 15. Why it is minus 15? Because it is a concave mirror. At what distance from the mirror should a screen be kept so that to get a clear image? That means you have to find out the distance of the image. What will be the size and nature of the image? That means you have to find out h2 also. Okay, now we will proceed. h1 is given as 7 centimeter, u is given as minus 25 centimeter, f is given as minus 15 centimeter. You have to find v and h2 and the nature of the image. First we will find out v. With the help of mirror formula, 1 upon v plus 1 upon u is equal to 1 upon f. Here you have to find out v. So the equation becomes 1 upon v is equal to 1 upon f minus 1 upon u. You are taking this 1 upon u towards the other side. Okay. This is equal to 1 upon minus 15 minus 1 upon minus 25. Okay. You may see the values I have taken it as minus. Okay. So this minus here. Now this becomes 1 upon minus 15 plus 1 upon 25. Okay. Now this minus I shall take it upper side. It will be the same. It doesn't make any difference. So it will become minus 1 upon 15 plus 1 upon 25. Okay. Now you may do the cross multiplication method. That means you have to multiply 25 by 1. You have to multiply 15 by 1 and you have to multiply 15 by 25. Okay. So you will get, this will be same as 1 upon v is equal to 25 into minus 1 will give you minus 25, the plus in the middle. 15 into 1 will give you 15 upon 15 into 25 will give you 375. Okay. Minus 25 plus 15 will be minus 10 upon 375. This is equal to 1 upon v. So what will be v upon 1? It will be 375 upon 10. Therefore, v is equal to 375 upon minus 10. Okay, that is same as minus 375 upon 10. That is equal to minus 37.5 centimeter. Okay, that means what is the distance of the image? The distance of the image is 37.5 centimeter. The distance is never negative. But what does the minus sign in your answer indicate? The minus sign indicates that it is towards the left. So the image is real. Okay. The image is real. That is what the negative sign indicates. I had written it in the other clip. V is negative means the image is real. So we have got the answer for this also. The image is real. Nature of the image is real. Okay. Now we have to find out H2 also. We have to find out H2. We know the equation M is equal to H2 upon H1, which is equal to minus of V upon U. Okay, it is equal to minus of V upon U. How much is H2? H2 you have to find out. H1, you have been given as 7, and minus of, this minus you have to put as it is, you shouldn't be removing it. Minus of, you have to put the brackets. V, you have got it as minus 37.5 upon, what is U? U is equal to minus 25. It is minus 25. Now this minus and this minus will make it plus. So it will become H2 upon 7 is equal to minus of 37.5 upon 25. Okay, now you have to cross multiply to find out H2. Cross multiply. Now what will you get? H2 into 25 is equal to 7 into minus 37.5. This minus is applicable to either numerator or denominator. You can put it anywhere, but there should be a minus. Now H2, therefore H2 is equal to 7 into minus 37.5 upon 25. Okay, upon 25. That means you will get it as minus 10.5 centimeter. Okay, this will be H2. If you calculate it, you will get it as minus 10.5 centimeter. Now what is the height? The height is 10.5. Your height is 5 feet, 6 feet and so on. Okay, it is always positive. Height is always positive. Distance is always positive. But the minus sign in your answer indicates something. Okay. Now what does the minus sign in this indicate? It indicates that it is inverted. What is inverted? H2 is inverted. Image is inverted. So H2 is minus means the image is inverted. Okay, the image is inverted. So what is image distance? 37.5. What is height of the image? 10.5. Nature of the image? Real and inverted. Okay, now we will do the next sum. Now the next question on page number 127. A convex mirror has a focal length of 18 centimeter. The image of an object kept in front of the mirror is half the height of the object. What is the distance of the object from the mirror? Okay, this question is a very frequently asked question. Here they have given the focal length. It is a convex mirror. They have given in the question that it is a convex mirror. So the F is taken as positive 18. Okay, positive 18 centimeter. The magnification they have given that it is half. Okay, so M is taken as half. And we know the equation M is equal to minus of V upon U is equal to half, or that is 1 upon 2. So by cross multiplication you will get minus 2V is equal to U, or V is equal to minus of U upon 2. Now what you have to find out? You have to find out U with the equation 1 upon V plus 1 upon U is equal to 1 upon F. Okay, now what is V? V is 1 upon minus U upon 2. Okay, it is minus U upon 2 plus 1 upon U, we will keep it as it is equal to 1 upon 18. F is equal to 18. Now this will go, 2 will go up. So it will become, the minus also I am taking it upper side. So it will become minus 2 upon U. Okay, is it plus 1 upon U is equal to 1 upon 18. This denominators are the same. So it becomes minus 2 plus 1 upon U is equal to 1 upon 18. That is minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1 upon U is equal to 1 upon 18. So cross multiplying, you will get it as U into 1 is equal to minus 18. Therefore U is equal to minus 18. Okay, you have to get the value of U as minus because U is always minus. What does U denote? you denote the distance of the object, that is 18 centimeter. In the answer in the textbook, they have given 18 centimeter only. They haven't mentioned the sign, that is minus. Why they haven't mentioned the sign? Because that is not the distance. Distance is always positive. You never travel minus 5 kilometer. Okay, you always travel 5 kilometer. That is positive. So distance is never negative. So it has to be given as positive. But in your answer, you have got it as minus. What does it denote? It denotes that the object is kept towards the left hand side of the mirror. That's all. Okay, so this is the second one. You may copy this in your notebook. Now the next question. A 10 centimeter long stick is kept in front of a concave mirror. That means focal length is negative. Having focal length 10 centimeter in such a way that the end of the stick closest to the pole is at a distance of 20 centimeter. What will be the length of the image? Okay, what will be the length of the image means what will be the height of the image. Consider the object is kept vertically. Here h1 is equal to 10 centimeter. Okay, because it is kept, height of the object is always positive. U is minus 20 centimeter, U is always negative. F is taken as minus 10 centimeter because it is a concave mirror. Now here you have to find H2. Now how will you find out H2? M is equal to H2 upon H1. But here we haven't been given the magnification. So indirectly you have been asked to find out V, that is distance of image. To find out that, you have to use the mirror formula. The mirror formula is 1 upon V plus 1 upon U is equal to 1 upon F. Okay, so here 1 upon V is equal to 1 upon F minus 1 upon U. How much is F? F is minus 10 minus, this is minus 20. Okay, this is U. This minus and this minus will become plus, and this minus I am taking it upwards. So it will become minus 1 upon 10 plus 1 upon 20. Now cross multiplying this way. Okay, this will become 20 into minus 1 is minus 20 plus 10 into 1 is 10 upon 10 into 20 is 200. Okay, so the equation will become 1 upon V is equal to minus 10 upon 200. Therefore, V upon 1 will be equal to 200 upon minus 10. Okay, so I am taking the minus up. So it will be minus 200 upon 10. So you will get that as minus 20 centimeter. Now what does the symbol, what does the sign minus indicate? The sign minus for V indicate that it is a real image. Real image means you have to get an inverted image because it is couple, real and inverted, virtual and erect. Okay, so V you have got it as minus 20. Now we will substitute in the equation. M is equal to H2 upon H1 is equal to minus of V upon U, minus of V upon U. H2 you have to find out. Therefore H2 upon H1 is 10, which is equal to minus of minus 20 upon U is minus 20. Okay, U is also minus 20. Minus minus will become plus, and 20 upon 20 will be 1. So we'll get it as H2 upon 10 is equal to minus 1. Therefore, H2 will be equal to 10 into minus 1, that is equal to minus 10 centimeter. Okay, that will be minus 10 centimeter. Now, what is the height of the image? Height of the image is 10 centimeter. What is the sign? The sign is minus. What does the sign minus indicate? That H2 is inverted. So what will be the nature of the image? The nature of the image will be real and inverted. What is the height of the image? The height of the image is 10 centimeter. While writing the answer below, okay, you have to write a statement and you have to write the distance of the image, the height of the image, or whatever has been asked in positive values, that is absolute value you have to take. But while doing the calculations, you have to show the sign. If you go wrong in your signs, you won't get marks. So this is about chapter 11, reflection of light, a very important chapter. The numericals you have to practice, it is very important. You are having it in next year also in standard 10. Okay, so you may practice this year itself. Okay, if you're having any doubt, you may ask. Thank you.